Thanks for joining us here at Functional Bliss, where Audra and Jessica will guide you through exercises and wellness techniques to help you live your best life every day. It's in the name after all, Functional Bliss. Before you do anything else, click like and subscribe and ring the bell so you'll know whenever we put up a new video. To join our Blissful Gang for live Zoom classes where you can get more direct suggestions and encouragement, go to our website and sign up. Check the class description below for any equipment needs, grab your gear, and let's get started.
We are ready for our workout today. We have our exercise ball of whatever variety, or pillow, or yoga block, anything that you can hold that's roughly this size. And then we're going to come down into our mat and get started with our usual warm-up. Swinging our hands side to side, bringing a little movement into our body, picking everything up. Some of us might already be warm, in which case, go as fast as you would like. But if you haven't warmed up already today, I would start out slow. And then if everything's feeling good, maybe pick up the pace a little bit, maybe add in a little pedal of the feet. If you're doing this standing, maybe turn a little further, lift one heel. And then coming back into center, moving into our big side bend. Stretching through the side body again, just checking in, waking everything up. And back to center, and then moving into our forward reaches. And then coming back in, pulling the feet in, windshield wipering the knees. Again, if you're not warm, start out slow. And then if everything feels okay, maybe bring the feet out a little wider. Maybe shift a little to make sure you're not going to kick your ball and send it flying. Maybe even adding that roll all the way from one side to the other, depending on what feels good in your body. One more to each side. And then coming back to center, flapping the knees. And then rotating the wrists and ankles. Going the other way. And then wiggling those fingers and toes. Making sure everything's nice and awake. All right, we are going to start off nice and gentle today. We're going to take our ball and we're going to practice bringing it from one side over to the other and around, and then going the other way. So we're just loosening up through our shoulders and seeing how good our grip is. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. So the one I have is a lightly weighted fitness ball, which is wonderful for resistance, but because of the size and the weight, it's a little bit harder to grip. For some exercises, I actually like the little Pilates ball, or just the little kid's kickball that you get at Walmart, and then don't have it fully inflated so that it's easy to kind of hold on to it. We're over halfway there. Working our shoulders, sitting up nice and straight. Maybe keeping the feet flexed to keep the legs active. And time. Now, from here, we're actually going to set the ball aside for a moment, and we're going to come into plank position. Now, you can do tabletop. You can do a modified plank. You can do a full plank. You can even switch knees. But we're going to do what I call a rotating plank. So we're going to go from one side over to the other side with whatever style of plank works for you. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. I like to do one knee down just to make sure I'm nice and secure, especially as I'm getting going. then once I feel good, I might do a few full planks. Let's see how that feels too. "20 seconds to go here. Maybe going back to that one knee down. Maybe not. And time. Beautiful. Ooh, all right, now from there, we're gonna stay off the shoulders for a minute. We're gonna take our ball or whatever we have, and we're gonna put it between our feet so that we're kind of squeezing in, holding it in place. Coming into a recline, or if you wanna add the core, a V-sit, and then we're just butterflying. 1 minute, here we go. Keeping that little squeeze against your ball. Help keep the leg muscles fired up. You can do hands in front of you, hands above, or of course, leaning back on your arms, depending on how you're feeling and where your body is today. Personally, I like the hands in front. At least sometimes I do. This is one of those days. We got 20 seconds left. Now I don't know if you guys can see, but my knees are not coming all the way together because of holding the ball between my feet. So if your knees are not coming all the way together, that's okay. They do not need to meet in the middle. Time. Beautiful. Wiggle those legs out, maybe a little forward reach. And then from here, we're gonna take our ball, or again, whatever. This would be a great one to do with a yoga block. We're gonna hold it in whatever seat feels right for us. It could be a nice, easy crisscross. Legs out, doesn't matter. You're gonna squeeze the ball at chest height, and then just a gentle raise right up to in front of your eyes, and right back down. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. It's a fairly small movement, but if you're keeping that nice steady pressure, you're working your chest and your arms and your upper back and your shoulders. So it's a really thorough exercise for such a small motion. Halfway done. Still breathing. "10 seconds to go. You got this." Nice, generous bend in the elbows, keeping that little squeeze. And time. Beautiful. All right, wiggle those arms out for just a second. And then from here, we're gonna come down on our back. And the ball is gonna go under one foot. And then there's two ways we can do this one. We're gonna do 30 seconds on each leg, rolling the ball out and back. You can do it just like this, laying flat, or you can add a little low bridge to work the other leg. So choose your adventure here. And here we go. Just rolling that ball in as far as you can and then right back out long. I like to keep a little downward pressure. Helps me keep control of the ball. And we're switching legs in 2, 1, and switch. And then straight into the other side. whether your hips are raised up or not. Keeping that steady pressure down on the ball is giving you a great hamstring workout here. Maybe through your calf and ankle as well. And time. Beautiful. All right. Last exercise of our first set. I can't believe we're flying through it so fast. The next one, we're going to take the ball, hold it between our feet, bringing it all the way up, passing it to our hand. Everything comes down, and then we pass it the other direction. A minute on the clock. Here we go. This one is a pretty awesome full body exercise. But I would say it probably is the most core focused out of our exercises today. Take it slow and controlled with this one. And you're halfway there already. Five seconds to go. And time. Whew, all right, that is the end of our first set. Grab some water, and then we have 2 more to go. All right, bringing it back in. Starting out with our nice light overhead pass. Keeping a nice long legs, feet flexed. And here we go. Something that we don't really talk a lot about, but that is also super important in our routine for general fitness and also like just everyday living, is our grip strength. Using the ball with a little squeeze or the pillow or the yoga block really helps with your grip strength as well, because you get to work on that steady pressure. But some of us may have arthritis or other hand issues, which is why I like that partially deflated ball, because it makes it a little easier to grip. Also, it doesn't roll away from you. You don't have to chase it as much. And time. All right, next up, setting the ball aside, coming into our rotating plank of whatever variety. And here we go. One knee up, both knees up, both knees down. Does not matter to me, as long as you feel good and steady and secure. You're halfway there already. And as you can tell, if you happen to be glancing at the screen from time to time, from what I'm doing, you can change in the middle. No problem. And time. All right, coming into our butterfly. Grabbing our ball, putting it down between the feet, finding either the V-sit or the semi-recline, And then away we go. I guess if you were feeling like you hadn't gotten enough shoulder work yet, you could do this one in cactus arms too. But I'm gonna be honest, that feels a little excessive right now. So I'm gonna stick with my V-sit with my hands in front. Keeping the steady pressure on the ball or pillow. We're halfway there already. "15 seconds to go. Beautiful, almost there. And time. All right. Pop those legs out just a little. And then find whatever seat is comfortable for you for the pec squeeze and raise. Here we go. Center of the chest, right up to in front of the face, and back down. Generous bend in the elbows, belly pulled in tight, and that's nice and strong and straight, up and down, and of course breathing. Everything goes better when we're breathing. 20 seconds to go. And time. All right, from here, coming down onto our backs for that rollout. With or without the bridge, either way. Here we go. If you are doing that bridge, trying to keep the glutes squeezed in nice and tight. Keeping everything steady and secure. Switching legs in 3, 2, 1, and switch. Beautiful, 15 seconds to go. Steady pressure on the ball. And time. Perfect. All right, from here, we're gonna do that ball pass or pillow pass. Make sure it's something light. That's a risk with a weighted ball. You don't want to drop it on your face. That would be bad. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Keep breathing. Remember, slow and steady on this one. Make the muscles work in all directions. And you can bend your knees as much as you need to. Time. Whew. That is the end of our second round. I always forget how much that pass over really works the core. Grab some more water because we still have one more set. All right, bringing it back in. Last set, starting out with just that overhead pass. 1 minute. Here we go. Sitting up nice and tall. Keeping the legs nice and active. Stretching through the crown of the head. Beautiful. "15 seconds to go." And time. All right. Coming into our rotating plank. 1 minute on the clock. And away we go. Trying to keep that nice straight line down the length of the body. Center plank nice and straight. And then the side plank nice and straight. And then back to center. 20 more seconds. Almost there. You guys got this. And time. All right. Coming into our butterfly now. Keeping that nice steady pressure. 1 minute. Here we go. Keeping in mind that you still have one more set of that passing the ball from feet to hands and back. Make your determination if you still want to work your core here with the V-sit. Or if you want to put the hands down behind you. Either way. The main goal of this exercise is to work the lower body. The core is just a bonus. 20 seconds to go. Almost there. And time. Perfect. All right. Coming into our pec squeeze with our raise. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Checking in here, all about that pressure. You can actually do this one without anything at all, just pressing your hands together. So if you don't have anything handy, You can do it empty hands and get the same work through the arms and the chest and the back. Please don't get that extra grip. 20 seconds here. Five more seconds. You got it. And time. All right, coming down onto our back for the hamstring, possibly the bridge. Rolling out or sliding out, depending on what you're using. 30 seconds on each side. There we go. Perfect. Switching legs in 2, 1, and switch. Ten seconds to go. And time. All right, guys, last one. You can do it. That overhead pass from the feet to the hands and back. Here we go. Still breathing. Keeping whatever bend in your knees and your arms feels good to your body. You got this, almost done. And time. Whew. Stretch everything out nice and long for a moment. Take a nice deep breath. Let everything soften and relax for just a second. Maybe pull the knees in. Give them a little hug. And then coming up in whatever way feels right to you, grab a little more water, and we'll come back for our final stretch. All right, making sure the space is clear. Coming back into your mat. Starting with the legs out. Super wide. We're not trying to like hyperextend anything, but just on a nice V. Taking a moment. Couple good breaths here. And then inhale, one arm up and over, coming in for a little side bend. And then back over, through center to the other side. And then back up and over, back to our first side. Pausing here just for a moment. And then reaching that hand that's up top out towards the opposite foot. Maybe grasping the toes, maybe the ankle or the shin. And then rounding back up into the side bend position just for a moment. And then up and over. That good side bend stretch. Ribs. And then rounding down, reaching towards the opposite foot. Pausing here for a moment. Doing that little light twist. And then back up into our side bend position. And then back up to center. From here, breathing both arms up and reaching out long, right down the middle. Pausing just for a second here, maybe letting the elbows sink down towards the mat. Maybe bopping just a little bit to our 80s jams. Maybe not, that may just be me. And then rolling up nice and slow. And roll the shoulders down and back 3 times. Taking one arm up and across. And my favorite shoulder stretch of all time. And then maybe bringing the ear down towards that same shoulder. And then assess if it would feel good in your body to move just a little bit through your neck. Maybe a tiny nod of the head. Maybe a tiny shake of the head. Just checking in with the neck. And then bring everything back to stillness, back to center, and release, and go to the other side. And then dropping the ear over towards that shoulder. And again, assessing how it would feel in your body, what movements might feel good, or if stillness is where it's at for you. Maybe the gentle nod and the gentle shake, or not. And then pause, and right back up to center, and release. Bringing the bottoms of the feet in together, stretching up nice and tall, growing a little taller in our seat. And then exhaling and hinging forward just a bit, not getting stuck, coming right back up. And then maybe back down a little further, maybe not. And then right back up. And then one more and hold. At whatever depth works for you. These jams are reminding me that we are strong, independent women and we can make our own choices. So choose what's right for you. One more breath. And then coming all the way up. Bring those knees in, hug them in nice and tight. Give everything a little squeeze, a little love, a little gratitude. And we are done. Thank you so much for coming out today.